Pyrazmania from Pyrazmania Games here, and I'm going to do a review on the two Lefty gaming mice on the market right now, the Razer Naga left-hand edition and the Razer DeathAdder left-hand edition. So most left-handed gamers in my experience I found game with their right hand. It's just that before this there's really only been right-handed centered gaming mice on the market. I mean, there are ambidextrous mice out there, but they're still kind of slanted towards right-handed people just because of the button placement and overall ergonomics. But Razer, they're the only company that have come out with two left-handed mice right here. And so if you're a lefty and you're trying to decide, maybe you want to game with your dominant hand like I do, then maybe this review can help you decide which one you'd rather have. Or maybe you'll decide you want both. Alrighty, so let's get into this review. So, to my left here we have the Razer Naga, and to my right we have the Razer DeathAdder. Let's just turn them on their sides for a second. So, if you will notice, the very biggest difference are the buttons. Our Naga over here is an MMO mouse. DeathAdder over here, it's more general gaming, I guess. Naga has 12 button thumb grid. Claims on the box there's 19 programmable buttons. I know we've got 12 here, 2 here, 3 up here. DeathAdder's 5 programmable buttons. You've got your 2 right here, these 2, this one. Overall, I guess I would say the Naga's probably way more powerful spec-wise, and it's just a more powerful, faster mouse. I'll just read you some of the specs on it. So, it's 8200 DPI with a 4G laser sensor. The DeathAdder over there is 3500 DPI with a 3.5G infrared sensor. Both have 1000 hertz of polling. However, the Naga, it can cover up to 200 inches per second with 50G acceleration. That kind of eclipses over here the DeathAdder's 60 to 120 inches per second with 15G acceleration. So yeah, Naga is just overall more powerful, but that doesn't mean to count the DeathAdder out, because what the DeathAdder lacks in power, it more than makes up for in ergonomics. This is just a way more comfortable mouse in your hand than the Naga. This has like a slick, rubbery type surface to it. Just feels very comfortable in your hand. Naga, it's not super uncomfortable, but it's got this like plastic cover on it. It's just not as natural feeling. So yeah, this is probably pretty good for general gaming, and it still beats out your regular mouse that you're going to get at the local store. Those are about 450-ish DPI, so this is still going to be way faster than anything you're going to get, you know, at Walmart or something. But if you are going to do MMO gaming or any type of, you know, gaming like that, probably be better off with the Naga. But if you're not somebody that's really needs to keybind that much, this would be a pretty good choice too. And it's pretty big actually. I have little tiny hands and it fits me comfortably, but if you're somebody with large hands, then this is gonna feel way more comfortable. And you can just see the size difference between them. Let me show you. See, the DeathAdder's a little bigger. But I mean, the Naga's a pretty fantastic mouse too, don't get me wrong. It's more powerful, so it just kind of depends on what you want out of your gaming mouse. But yeah, let's get these hooked up and I'll show you what they look like. Okay, so as you can see, the DeathAdder on our left over here glows blue, and the Naga on our right glows green. And the logo kind of pulses. I think it looks really cool. The only thing that's kind of annoying is that there's no way to turn off the light. So like if I'm wanting to watch movies like Netflix or something, that light's just kind of in the way in there. So I find I end up covering the mouse with my mouse pad. I do wish there was a way to turn it off, but I do like the colors. I think it looks cool. So I don't know if you can actually see a difference in the speed. The Naga does feel a lot faster, which is expected. It is 8200 DPI, but the DeathAdder, it isn't slow by any means. It's still pretty quick too. So there is one kind of annoying thing about the mice. The issue is a little bit more profound in the Naga, but the DeathAdder also has it too, at least initially. And that's the issue of the inverted buttons. So once you plug your mice in for the very first time, your buttons are going to be inverted. So you know how most mice it's, you know, left click to click something, right click gets you your menu and stuff. Well, it's flipped, so it's opposite. So in order to actually click something, you're using your right side. Left, it's doing it right now, brings up the menu. And I don't know, for some lefties maybe that's great, but for most lefties I would say you've never used mice like that, and it's just weird. I guess righties use their pointing finger when they, you know, are using right-handed mice, but in general that's not the way lefties, you know, have grown up using mice, so it is a little weird. So the DeathAdder overcomes that problem pretty easily, and that's it has its own little menu thing. Let me show you. You can keybind whatever you want, and it'll load this up. Doesn't need an internet connection, and so your mouse will have your own settings, you know, loaded up pretty easily. And you won't have that weird inverted button thing, and it'll be all great. Now, the Naga, on the other hand, oh, the Naga. So, Razer has this thing called Razer Synapse, and I don't know how I feel about it. It's a bit annoying, truthfully. You have to have an internet connection. Let me just bring it up. 1 second. Here it is. So, this is Razer Synapse, and right now it's connected to my DeathAdder, so that's why my DeathAdder is acting so weird. But, in order to load this, you have to be connected to the internet. And so if I'm not connected to the internet, it doesn't load my settings that I want this flipped. And so I'm stuck with that really annoying layout. So yeah, that is one thing that's a bit annoying about the Naga. That if I ever have an internet outage or something and I want to game offline, I'll be stuck gaming weird with my left click mean my right click and right click mean left click, and it'll just be really annoying. I mean, other than that, the Naga it's a fantastic mouse, and that's not really, I guess, an issue with the Naga. It's more an issue with Razer Synapse. I wish that there was a way to turn that off. But yeah, maybe there is, and I can't figure it out. But maybe there's a way to, you know, have it loaded offline my settings or something. I don't know, but I haven't been able to figure it out. So that's something I'm still gonna look into. So I really like both mice. I think that, you know, they're both fantastic in their own way, and I highly recommend both. It just depends really what you want. If you want, you know, fast MMO gaming or just general gaming. If I had like a choice where I absolutely had to pick one or the other, I guess I would probably go with the DeathAdder, just because it's just more comfortable in my hand. But, you know, if you're an MMO gamer, would probably be the better choice for you. But yeah, great mice, and Lefty gamers unite.